Hey, YouTube world. You're watching Yak Yak with Jack. That's me, Jack Madrox. And today, I've got a new game to review. I just finished it today. Without further ado, let's just cut right to the drum roll, please. Dead to Rights. Now this game here, I have never played this one before, ever. I think I had an opportunity, like way back in the day. I didn't think it was really anything special, just judging from the cover. I thought it was just your generic shoot 'em up game or whatever, which is actually kind of odd because I don't know why that would bother me, because I technically like those kind of games, But for some reason or another, I passed up on it back in the day. But I finally got to play it. I beat it on normal difficulty. And, wow. I will have to say that calling this game action-packed is an understatement. Yeah, this game has lots of action in it. Oh yeah, it's pretty much just non-stop. But to just simply call it action-packed is an understatement. I mean, the action, I mean, there's gunfire, there's, martial arts, and then, something I thought was really cool about this game is the mini games, and it gives you a break from the shoot 'em up or beat 'em up, that's in the game. Like disarming bombs, or when you're in the prison part, of the game, you got to round up packs of cigarettes for an inmate in there for something, like a way to escape the prison or something. And then most of the time you just go around, you beat up other prisoners, you knock them out, you steal their cigarettes. But there's a few that you got to do special missions for, like lifting weights and all that. So that was fun, And then there was the speed bag. Speed bag was really fun. Yeah. I thought that was great. The mini games are awesome. It's a nice break from the shoot 'em up, beat 'em up part of the game. Now, on this episode of Yak Yak with Jack, I did something a little different this time. Instead of just going into this with no plan at all and just rambling on, this time I actually made a list. Now, yeah, okay. Now, did anybody notice in the beginning of the game for Dead to Rights, in that opening cutscene there where Jack is in the library reading, that he's actually reading a book on Houdini? I thought that was kind of odd, Let's see, blah, 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 blah. I kind of, something I noticed about this game is that it has kind of an arcade feel to it. It feels like a game where you could, that belonged in an arcade, It was, I don't know why, it just feels that way, with the button mashing, during the mini games, or, just kind of the way, the clunky controls, The controls it just felt very arcadish to me, And, let's see, yeah, I thought it was kind of odd, about the opening tutorial of the game. You know, right at the beginning, they throw all the controls out at you, just bam, 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 just one right after another. And I kind of found it a little overwhelming, but you know what? You know, the controls really aren't that hard to figure out. You know, it's just at the beginning of the game, they're just throwing it all out. They're throwing it all out at you at once. You know, so I mean, you know, but really the controls are just very simplistic. I mean, there's nothing to really you know, lose your head about. You know. Okay, so there's a few negatives about the game, however. The first thing I noticed right off the bat was that you can't really jump in this game. You can dive, you know, do the slow motion thing, you know, with the guns in the air and stuff. You can dive. But as for jumping on stuff, you know, like on boxes or crates or whatever, you can't do it. The game does not let you jump. So I kind of thought that was a little odd, you know. But, you know, yeah. Okay, yeah. And during the prison escape part of the game, which is early in the game, Jack Slate finally makes it out of the prison, and then his dog Shadow, which follows him around, you know, it's his partner, I guess. He was in the prison too in one of the dog kennels in the beginning of the game. And somehow Shadow escapes the prison to save Jack at the last moment. When he's outside the prison, I can't remember what happened. I think he was about to get run down by a car or something, or there was a guy about to shoot him, and Shadow jumps out of somewhere and saves Jack. I was thinking to myself, whoa, wait a minute. Shadow was locked up in a kennel in the prison. How the hell did he get out? I mean, how the hell did he get out, you know? And so I kind of thought that was odd, you know. I was like, okay, you know, it's a video game. Enjoy it. Quit overanalyzing it, you know. Just have fun with it, you know. And fun with it I did, you know. I had a lot of fun with this game. I really did. At first, I wasn't too sure, you know. I was playing it, and I was just like, oh, God, it's going to be one of these games, you know. But, no, you know, and I just finally realized, maybe into about chapter 6 or 7, I was like, what am I bitching about, you know? It's like, this is the type of game I would drool over, like, 12 years ago. I'd be like, yeah, man, this shit's action-packed, it's simplistic, the story really isn't that deep, you know? It's just your typical shoot 'em up, beat 'em up, fuck 'em up game, you know? And, so, you know, yeah, you know, I mean, the whole time I was like, oh, yeah, I'm probably going to end up rating this game like a 3 or something on my YouTube channel. And then I was just like, you know what, fuck that, you know? This game was good. Yeah, the voice acting was kind of shitty, I thought. Especially the guy who voiced Jack Slate himself. I was like, wow, you know, the voice acting is kind of lifeless, you know? Especially on the guy who played Jack Slate's, on his part. I just really thought that a better effort could have been made, you know, instead of just kind of just seemingly sleepwalking your way through it, like, oh, absolutely no fucking, you know, passion or distress, you know, in the voice acting at all. I mean, it's just kind of unbelievable, you know. And, let's see, blah, 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 blah. Let's see. Oh, yes, okay. Now, holy shit. It's been a couple days since I made a video, okay? And that's because I got hung up on a particular level in this game, okay? Chapter 10. Okay, chapter 10, where you have to escape from that, oh god, the construction site. Okay? Holy shit! They throw hundreds of fucking guys at you, and it's just ridiculous. And I just could not figure out how to. I raged, man. I raged quit. I mean, I didn't throw a controller. You know, I don't do all that anymore. You know, I've grown up. You know, I mean, I'm not throwing controllers anymore and breaking them. But you know, it infuriated me enough that I, you know, put the controller down, shut off the PS2, and went and did something else. You know, oh god, when I finally got past chapter 10. Whew, a big sigh of relief, you know? And, yeah, but, oh my god, I absolutely despise that. I can't even imagine what that level must be like on, like, the hardest, difficulty setting, which is Super Cop, okay? I only had it on normal through the whole game, and that's medium difficulty. Super Cop is the hardest difficulty. I don't even want to think about what that level might be like on that difficulty setting. Stresses me out just thinking about it. I will not play it on Super Cop. You can't make me. Okay, let's see. I think I've covered just about everything. Let's see. Yep, I have covered just about everything. So now comes the moment where we rate the game. Overacting much. Okay. So anyways, out of 1 to 5 Jack Madrox skulls, 1 being the worst, 5 being the best, I rate Dead to Rights 4.5. 4.5. Now, I was contemplating, you know, rating it lower, something like 3.5. But you know, I just could not, in good conscience, rate this below 4. I just couldn't, you know. I mean, because it really is fun, you know. I mean, I had a really good time, you know. Just, you know, doing the, you know, the diving, you know, the slow-mo kills, bang, 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 bang. You know, I mean, this is the type of game I would drool over back in the day. It's like, oh god, it's so fucking good, you know, you know, and I had a good time with it, and apparently it does set up a sequel at the end of this. It's kind of, I felt that it's kind of taken a Punisher type turn, you know, like the Marvel's the Punisher, you know, Frank Castle. I feel like, because at the end of the game, Jack tells that reporter guy to say that Jack died in that airplane crash towards the end of the game. So now the world and everyone thinks he's dead. So, I can kind of see this, and I know that they've made a part 2 to this, and it is on the PS2. I am going to have to check that out, because I've never played that one either. If it's anything like this one, then I'm sure I'll enjoy it, you know. I definitely enjoyed this a lot. It gets 4.5 Jack Madrox skulls. It's ranks right up there with True Crime New York City, which also got 4.5 skulls, I believe. The only thing that deducted half a skull, okay, was kind of the shitty voice acting. You know, I kind of felt that, especially, like I said, the guy who voiced Jack Slade, I felt the voice acting was actually quite lifeless, and it just kind of seemed like he didn't give a shit, you know, just like waltz in the studio, lay down a couple lines, you know, like, oh, and I'm done, you know, give me a paycheck, you know, and oh god, yeah, And I just kind of felt that, the controls are kind of clunky, you know. And it has like I said, that's typically how arcade games feel, clunky. So I guess it's genuine in that area. It's pure, you know. But this didn't really. I don't think this really set out to be an arcade type game. I think it just kind of happened, you know. So yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely 4.5. Okay, 4.5 sounds about fair, I think. I've got to give Dead to Rights 2 a shot, because if it's anything like this one, I'm sure I will enjoy it. Well, anyways, that's it for now. This is Jack Madrox signing out. Stay spooky. See you next time.